I think of myself as a tia to all my students. So what that means is I build community with them. I love them. I support them. I treat them literally like they're my nieces and nephews. It's hard to be a Latina person on campus. And I think if you don't have that support, it's easy to fall through the cracks. And it's easy to like, oh, UW isn't the place for me. But my goal in being an academic advising manager is to really scoop them up as soon as I see them, to love them, support them, provide them with a community in a safe space that they have on campus, while also learning the academic piece. I think that's kind of what I was missing during my time at UW as a student. And so I make sure that I'm giving them nothing but love and support while they are in the CLS program. We have a major that just came out this fall, and we already have students that are declaring. So we have at least 15 students in the major, which I love. And it was a long time coming, right? This major did not just happen overnight. We had to get feedback from alumni, asking them like, how did you feel? Like if you could have done this major, what would it have meant to you? Would you have done it? And we got an overwhelming response, dialogue, like pretty much everyone said, yes, they wanted this. We also had to ask current students, like, is this something you're interested in? We had the certificate, but would you want to take the next step into the major? We gathered their feedback. We sent it in to LNS. We then sent it into the higher university. The regions voted on it. So I would say it's about a 3-year process. We had some current students that were actually waiting. They were like, I'm going to postpone my graduation so I can get this major. Sadly, they graduated. But some of the students that did like help with the initiative are getting the major now. So it was a long process, but we're so glad that it's here. High schools in Wisconsin. For me, for instance, I didn't learn anything about what my history was. Like I'm Afro-Latina, but I had no idea what it meant. How did we even start like desegregating schools and like allowing Latina folks to be in Wisconsin? And like, I didn't know any of that, right? And so for me, when I came here, the certificate was so eye-opening, but 5 classes for me wasn't enough. I would have loved to learn more. Our major's 10 classes, right? So it's like double our certificate. I would have loved to learn more. Wisconsin has a rich Latina history and culture, and like none of that was taught in high school. So it wasn't until I came to college that I was really introduced to that. So being able to major in that and actually like show an employer or grad school or whatever's next that I have knowledge of my people, or if I wasn't Latina identifying, that I knew about the fastest growing minority group in the United States, which is Latinas, especially Wisconsin, I think it would have been just overwhelming for me. So I'm so glad that we at UW-Madison are the first college, I'm getting goosebumps, the first college or university in Wisconsin to offer this major. Is huge. It's personal. It means a lot. It was a long time coming. Our program was student founded. Back in the 70s, they were the ones, students in a student group called Mecha were the ones that protested and asked for these classes to be offered. So now all these years later, the major's here. Like it means so much. It's making me emotional just thinking about it, but it's a long time coming and I'm glad it's here.